cold start on the Gen 1, I don't think it's ever going to get old. But the cold start on the Gen 2, since I have the AWE full exhaust, it never gets old either. But there's just something about this V8 beast that just sounds killer. But anyways, today we are going to break down how much I've invested into this high mileage Gen 1 Raptor. We're up to 186,000 miles. I bought it with 179,000, so I've put 7,000 miles on it, which isn't that many. But I have put a decent amount of money into this thing already. Looking back now, for the price I paid for the mileage it had, do I feel like it was a great deal? Maybe. Do I feel like I could have gotten it a little cheaper? Probably. Let's just kickstart this thing off with the exterior first. These right here are the Morimoto XB Evo headlights. These things run like $1,800. These right now, I mean, that is a lot for headlights, especially when someone's like, this is an old truck, and you put that much money into it. But I'm gonna tell you guys what, these are probably, actually, these are the best headlights for the Gen 1 platform. These things are so freaking bright that when I get in the Gen 2, those are factory LEDs, and I so wish I had these on the Gen 2 because these things are so bright. Next up, we have the Morimoto XB taillights. And these suckers run about $500. These definitely, I'm just gonna tell you guys, maybe I'm biased, but I still think these are the best taillight for the Gen 1 Raptor. I just think Morimoto really has like the best looking stuff. The next item that I had changed out was the Raptor decal. When I got the truck, it had this like weird Etsy decal, so like the Raptor font was like smaller. I don't know, I guess people tend to think that just because it's aftermarket, it must be cooler because it's not stock. Or the sticker was messed up and the person put that on there, but that sticker looked atrocious. This is the decal that basically replicates the OEM one. It's the OEM font. It's the two-tone where it's like a gloss finish with the matte finish. That right there made this thing look so much more premium because that Etsy decal looks so cheesy, so cheap. The font was weird. I hated it. That was $200. If you need a decal, hit up Rocky Mountain Graphics. He's the guy. He uses Ford font. Next up, we upgraded the LEDs in this mirror. So we have the LEDs out here, which are the sequential, and then this is sequential as well. But then we also updated the puddle lights, and these are Morimoto as well. I think this light and the backside light, I paid about $150, $160. The puddle lights were about $40. And this basically just updates your whole mirror. And to me, that just kind of modernizes this truck. You know, you're putting LEDs in, plus the sequential, plus they're blacked out. It just makes sense. Then coming around to the front of the truck, we have all four corners with the Morimoto marker lights. So mine were like old, nasty, faded. I don't think all of them were working. Maybe they were. But they tend to fade. They get nasty. These are the black housing. These run like $100. They're easy to swap out. And the color just matches everything else Morimoto. I think these might be a little brighter. And I've had nothing but good luck with these. I have them on the Gen 1 and I have them on the Gen 2. And I have not had any issues with them. Then the other decal we did from Rocky Mountain, we did this Ford one up on the grill. And I want to say this ran me about $40. This one's the matte black finish with the silver gray color on the outline. And I think that matches this silver perfectly. Next, we upgraded. Oh, we got new tires. We'll be getting to that in just a second. We swapped out all the emblems with black emblems. So the 6.2 liter emblem, I think these ones were from Amazon. I will try to get the links all together for those. And then we did the black Raptor one. This one's very difficult to get, guys. It gets sold out very quick, so I think you gotta like catch it. I'll try to see if I can find the link for this. But sometimes when you buy these, you're gonna end up finding some that are gloss black. So you gotta try to make sure you find one that's matte black if you're going for the full matte black finish. So I think for the emblems, I have probably just over $100 in all new emblems. This was another Amazon Etsy purchase. This is a black cover that double-sided adhesive on. Just goes over, and then this is the black decal from Etsy. This is just a way to black this emblem out without actually having to paint it. I think this is actually the way. This is super simple, and it looks really good. And then we've got the Morimoto X3B third brake light. That one there ran about $200. If you guys are looking to get a third brake light for sure, the Morimoto is the way. It just caps off the whole blacked out look. Now, let's get into the wheels and tires. So this, I think, is the last thing on the exterior that I've done to this truck, and that's the Raceline 960B Alphas. It's a 17-inch wheel with the Maxxis Razor MT tire. I think the wheels were about $369 a piece. This Razor MTs, I want to say those were around $380 a tire. Now, before we get to changing tires out on the Gen 1, we need to talk about the floor mats that are in the Gen 2. These 3W floor mats have been in the Gen 2 for quite a while. Now, the reason that I partner with 3W floor liners is because I truly think that for the price and the quality, that these are the best floor liners you can get for your vehicle. Not to mention they're 3D scanned, so they literally fit perfectly. So any other vehicle make or model that they have, they're gonna fit specifically for your vehicle. They're not gonna slide around, they're not gonna be hitting the door sills or nothing like that. They even have the little locking mechanisms to where it locks into place on your factory floor mat. These things hold up perfectly over time and they're super simple to wash. You can either hit it with your pressure washer, or you can just, what I do usually is I'll just pull these out and I'll shake all of the like little crumbs out of it, and then I'll just hit it with some all-purpose cleaner and they look fresh again. And I've just been running the iteration that has the aluminum foot pedal off to the side, so it didn't actually have the ability to do the carpet attachments, but they updated it once again. Now we have the style where it's got the aluminum foot pedal and the carpet attachment integrated all into one. So now we got one mat, two modes. If you're commuting around town, something like that, leave the carpet on. You're mudding, off-roading, it's wintertime, it's nasty out. Simple as that. Rip that out and run strictly just the TPE floor mat. Anyways, 3W Autolife is currently running its Prime Day floor mat sale with some of the biggest discounts of the year on custom fit floor liners. Be sure to check the links in my description below and use my discount code to save on your next set of floor mats. Big shout out to 3W Autolife for hooking up today's video, and let's get back to putting some new treads on the Gen 1. It's officially the next day. I went to my local kind of chain automotive place yesterday to get my tires swapped out. It was a Sunday. I had free time. I figured I could just go get it done. I ended up spending a total of 6 hours and like 15 minutes at this place. Long story short, the tech working was not teching. I don't think he's a tire guy. Said and done right now, I still currently don't have these tires completely balanced. He couldn't do it. He couldn't hook the sensors up. He broke a sensor. They got new sensors from a local auto store. They delivered them. They still weren't the right ones, supposedly. And then we had to order more. And every time I kept getting told like 20, 30 minutes, he was almost done. It just kept going into an hour. And finally I said, hey, I have to go. I'm gonna take this somewhere else. I do have Maxxis Razor ATs on right now. They are not balanced, and the sensors aren't even correctly hooked up to the truck. And to top it off, this guy chipped 3 out of my 4 wheels, which I will show you guys. Overall though, I am pumped with the AT tire. The only thing I do miss though is the aggressive stance with the MT. I will say the MT gave the Gen 1 just a little more aggressive look, but I think the Maxxis Razor AT is like the perfect tire. That's why I run it on the Gen 2. And that's why I decided to run it on the Gen 1. I'm forever gonna miss that MT, but the trade-off for AT to MT, I think the AT's worth it. Back on this subject of my scratched wheels, I didn't notice this till I got home. We got a nice old big scratch right there. Keep in mind, these have never been scratched, and I think it's physically impossible to hit a curb with this and scratch it from a curb because we got so much tire tread going on. So there's scratch number 1. Here's scratch number 2. We got like right there, and coming around. This one has a small little gouge here with some scratching, and I think this wheel might have been scratch free. I don't think he scratched this one somehow. Anyways, we'll figure that out. I'll keep you guys posted. So we broke down everything that we did, basically exterior, which was kind of like exterior mods to just kind of jazz this thing up. Mechanical wise, we did the Fox Shocks trade out program, which was Shocks by Hammer. Brian's a legit dude, hit him up. Anyways, I think that was about $1,700, and then whatever your trade-in is, you'll get that deposit back. But this truck absolutely needed it. That's one of the mechanical things we had to replace. And if you guys caught one of the recent videos of the Gen 1, you would have seen that we also did a full-on rear end rebuild kit. So we did diff kit, bearings, seals, everything. I did that Spicer diff cover where it's powder coated silver vein. Then we also did both of the U-joints on the rear differential because one of them was squeaking really bad. I also put in a Gen 2 axle on the driver's side as well as a new axle seal. And I also had an IWE vacuum line that was smashed, so we swapped that out as well. Said and done, all of those repairs cost me about $2,300. And I also did rear brakes and pads a little while ago. I want to say that was probably around $200 to $250 for that. And outside of those things, I haven't really done anything else mechanically to the truck. I will say it's really good right now, outside of the tires needing balance. And the difference between the AT and the MT Razor, I'm going to tell you guys what the difference is real quick. Rolling resistance, way better. Gas mileage, better. I'm up in the 14.3. I was actually above 15 earlier with a mix of highway and in-city, but I've been kind of going back and forth getting shots of this. But I used to never see 14s with my MTs. I can just tell right away, smoother ride, less rolling resistance, a little less road noise. I will say those MTs don't have a ton of noise for being an MT. If you guys are looking for an MT, do not shy away from the Maxxis one. I would tell you guys otherwise if it was a bad tire, and I would fully recommend that tire. But for me and the way I'm driving, and I plan to haul the boat more, the AT just makes a little more sense. But let's get back to the garage, and we're gonna break down how much I've spent on the interior of this truck, and then we'll total it all up. The interior on this, I feel like I didn't go too overboard. I feel like I've done just enough to kind of modernize it to make it not so old-ish feeling while driving it. So the one thing that I did was the Tesfeel carbon fiber steering wheel. This is their newest one, and this one by far is my favorite. Full disclosure, this is a $500 steering wheel, but I am affiliated with Tesfeel because I truly believe that they do have some of the best wheels in the game, especially for the price. So if you guys are thinking about upgrading the wheel in your truck, for sure, one of the Tesfeel ones. That right there, though, definitely just changed the game in the Gen 1. My next favorite mod is going to be the Tesla screen. That thing, for sure, the steering wheel and the Tesla style screen are my two favorite mods I've done to the interior on this thing. Basically, this guy replaced the whole center console. It's even got the Sync 2 module still bolted to it and plugged in. So if I just hit the in touch, boom, now here is my Sync 2. So I did not lose any OEM functions. Hit the home button. I've got the full Android app store, so I have Spotify, YouTube, Waze. Come up here, I can click this. That would be wireless CarPlay, or you can do Android Auto, whatever you favor. This, $760, but well worth it. And then next is going to be the TacForm dash mount. It's just double-side adhesive on. You got the carbon fiber arm, MagSafe. This is actually a little charger mechanism with a built-in fan. And these run around $125. This might cost a little more because this was purchased separate, the MagSafe charger. But I will have this guy linked below for you guys. But this is specifically the one for the 2009 to 2014 F-150. We're going to come back over here. This black hole shifter assembly, this is from the Ford Expedition. This got rid of the chrome one that was in here. It's the same exact size, fit, everything. And then I put the carbon fiber pieces on here. It just adhesived on. This was like $68 for just the cover. This little modification to get the light up cup holders, and then I did put new bulbs in here. This though, you have to get the whole center console tray thing from I think a Platinum or a Limited, and I spent about just under $100 for that centerpiece so I could rob the blue lights, and then you have to wire it in. If you guys look at a previous modernization video I did to this truck, you'll see where I took this apart and wired this in, because depending on how you wire this, you actually can change the color of this. So I opted to wire it to where it'd be blue. And then the last thing, of course, is going to be the dash cam. And all this is there's a camera on the front side here, and then I have a camera on the back window. It's on the inside, so it never gets dirty. This is obviously just for recording reasons, but if you guys want to see out your blind spots really, really well, get a dash camera, because, man, I can, like, drive now and basically see if there's anybody in my blind spots before I even think about getting over. It's so much easier than using your regular mirrors, checking this guy. And these are going to run you about a couple $100 for one of these, which I'll link it below, and I have a full install video on how to wire this down into your fuse panel with fuse taps. Super simple. I assessed the damage, I totaled everything up, and this right now is saying that I have $9,114 invested into this truck. I will say, full disclosure, there's a couple items that I may or may not be getting a discount on. I don't get them for free. If I were to remove those items, I'm probably still about $8,000, give or take, which is crazy because I did not realize I had that much money into this truck. Keep in mind, I bought it for $18,000 with 179,000 miles. Am I technically upside down on the truck? Probably, but I don't really plan to sell it. I do feel like everything I'm doing is adding value, but it doesn't add almost $10,000 to it when it comes time to resell it. Pretty much just plan to keep this truck for quite a while. So there you guys have it. That's how much money I've invested into this 2013 Ford Raptor. But honestly, I also do it for the YouTube channel, which I enjoy to do. Also keep in mind, when you do these aftermarket parts, you can sometimes take your factory stuff, like your factory HID headlights. I sold the factory wheels and tires, so I'm not kind of counting that. So there's things that I've sold from this truck and I've gotten money from that I'm not really counting either. And there's even more that needs done to this. Like I said, it needs front end work. I don't even know what it needs. I don't even really want to know what it needs. Now you guys know how much I've invested into this old Raptor with some higher miles. No regrets. And if you guys made it this far, these Raptor emblems. If you guys would have remembered, I had a video a while back where I did this giveaway, where I said first place is gonna win the whole matte black with, these are gloss red. They were gonna win this whole package. So first place wins this, second place just wins the all gloss one. Here's the deal. You guys commented the year of your Gen 1 Raptor, and that got you entered. Well, the problem was, I announced the winners, first and second place. No one, they never reached out to me. I waited a while, so then I redrew first and second place again. No one reached out to me. So again, let's try this again. Maybe I just will give it like 2 days or something like that. So comment the year of your Raptor. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. That's what's gonna get you entered. First place is gonna win this package here. Second runner-up is going to win that guy. Good luck. Peace.